What up, Cowboy fans and YouTubers? It's that VA Dallas Cowboy fan coming back at you on day 8 of Countdown to D-Day. Today, I just want to know everybody's opinion, because I'm about to give you my take on it. Why do certain criteria that they put up against Dak getting paid not used for any other quarterback in the league? Huh? The arguments were, what? He hasn't won anything. He hasn't won a Super Bowl. He hasn't proved to make that kind of money. Didn't stop the 49ers from paying Jimmy Garoppolo for 7 games of work. Did it? Not at all. Oh, the salary cap can't keep a quarterback or a player over, 10%, 11, 12% of the salary cap can't be on one player, because statistics show that a team can never win a Super Bowl with that amount on one player. Well, we just blew that argument up by paying Pat Mahomes, so that's bullshit. So what else is your argument? Oh, he hasn't proved anything on the field to earn that kind of money. Okay, without Todd Gurley, what has Jared Goff shown? Not a damn thing. And Carson Wentz hasn't even had a full healthy season since his rookie season, yet they paid him. So that argument is nothing. Who else has gotten paid? Matt Ryan got paid, and he's only been to the Super Bowl one time. Aaron Rodgers has won 1 Super Bowl and hasn't really done anything since. Russell Wilson has won 1 Super Bowl. Could have had 2, but that was on coaching to screw that up. And he got paid. I mean, what's the criteria that everybody's giving to these other guys, but you can't use the same arguments for Dak? That's all I'm asking for. I mean, if you're asking for consistency, playoff berths and all that every year, then Dak has almost gotten you there. Almost every year he's been in the league. If it isn't some boneheaded mistakes from his coaching staff, then he'd have been in the playoffs. If it ain't for some boneheaded mistakes from some of the other players on the team, he'd have been there. So the arguments that y'all make against Dak, y'all just might as well just say they don't apply to everybody. We're just going to use this to hate on Dak. Because I'm not hearing any of these same arguments for some of these other players. And that has got my goat. That has what has been pissing me off. That none of these same issues y'all bring up for any other quarterback, but only Dak. Why is that? I have no idea. I'm just concerned. I am really concerned about the state of the Dallas Cowboys when a lot of haters want to say that we got the league on lock, from refereeing to Goodell looking the other way on some of our incidents, but it's not true. Zeke Elliott was made an example of when the NFL had nothing. Jerry Jones was charged $2 million by the NFL and threatened to have his team taken away for doing nothing. All he did was open his mouth and speak an opinion. Most of these games of refereeing, we're getting phantom calls that just don't either exist, or they're never called against anybody else except for us in the whole history of the rule being in the rule book. So a lot of arguments that people make up for the Cowboys are just biased against us. Plain and simple. That's all it is. Dak has proven the numbers stat-wise. He's proven his leadership on and off the field. And, he hasn't done anything that will make you, say this guy's not worth the money. So, the fact that people are trying to compare him to everybody else is stupid. Because you don't compare Pat Mahomes to anybody else. You don't compare Tom Brady to anybody else. You don't compare Russ to anybody else, A-Rod, nobody. You don't compare any of those quarterbacks when you're paying them or not paying them to any other quarterback. You gave Ryan Tannehill, who's done nothing, all this money, and he wasn't even the driving force in the fucking team. It was Derrick Henry. But Henry didn't get paid. They gave all the money to the quarterback. So, I don't understand. I don't know how it works. I don't understand what it is in the NFL that makes teams sign certain players and then don't sign others. I don't know what it is. Maybe only the teams know. Maybe there's a rift between player and organization, player and coach, coach and organization. Who knows? But it's not all equal. So trying to compare Dak and him trying to get his money to anybody else in the league is bull. They should stop trying to do that and just pay the man on his own equal merit, on his own accomplishments. The fact that his numbers go up each year. Not the fact that he's got to be compared to Goff and Wentz all the damn time. But that's just my opinion on that. Elsewhere, people are trying to figure out what they're going to do with Deshaun Jackson. If he should go to rehab, should he be fined, suspended? People say cut him. They brought up the whole Riley Cooper thing back in the day. And it's on the Eagles. They're going to do what they got to do as far as he goes. More than likely, it'll be just a fine and some sensitivity training or something. But, there is a way all that could have been avoided. Just don't hit send. That's it. But, nobody's calling his leadership into question. Nobody's saying, oh, well, they need to do this and that to him because he's a bad example for players. And it makes you think, man, wasn't there a time, still to this day, that y'all say the Cowboys are the team with the thugs and hooligans? And yet, you don't hear that often about a Cowboy player doing anything bad. You hear about other teams and their players getting DUIs, pulled over for drugs, guns, people having accidents, hit and runs, people having domestic abuse, substance abuse, and a lot of that stuff gets swept under the rug. Never talk about it again. But let that be a Cowboy player. Man, we're going to run with this story for at least the next 2 weeks. But that's just me. That's my opinion. People have asked, do you think we're going to have an NFL season? Yes, we will have a season, but we don't know how long that will be. It could be the first 3 weeks. It could be the first month. It could be one game for every team, and that's it. And after that, who knows? It's not like the virus is going anywhere, and it looks to only be getting worse. So that's my take today for day 8 of Countdown to D-Day. We have heard nothing from the Cowboys or Prescott's team. Right now, the more growing concern is that we haven't heard from Jerry Jones. I think the last time we've heard of him since the draft was, who was it? The players passing away. That's like the only time we've heard from Jerry Jones. Since then, you don't hear a thing. You don't really hear any chirps from Stephen Jones. Most of the players in the organization have done, content without anything from the Joneses. Maybe they took the yacht around the world to try and get away from everything. Who knows? We just don't know right now. They could be just sitting around somewhere and letting Will McClay handle everything right now. We just don't know anymore. But it's a very strange offseason when you don't hear anything from the Joneses. And especially with coming to players' contracts and stuff, because usually they'd have been in the media every week trying to get the fans against the player so they can try and drive that price tag down. But nothing. That's why I do believe that there's been an agreed upon deal, and they're just sitting around and waiting. They have no need to release any kind of information. That's why it looks more and more like anything, it could be dropped right before deadline. It could be dropped the end of this week, like Mahomes. Who knows? Even if he doesn't get a long-term deal and plays out the franchise tag, that's going to be the headline for the whole coming season. Especially if we don't have a season, because that means Dak will not get paid, because his guaranteed money is based off a season being played. And if there's no season, he's not going to get anything. So it's going to be very telling this year. A lot of things, from organization, top brass on down. But that's all I got for today. Y'all take care. Happy hump day. I'm going to be wearing my gloves, my mask. As you can see, I'll be rocking my Cowboys. Even with the virus out there, yesterday I was informed that it has actually entered onto my property. Some people tested positive of the virus, and of course, we being security, we're out the loop, and we're just finding out 2 weeks or so after they've already been tested, quarantined, and been put back to work. Now, I for one think that's dumb. You can't have people do that and then not inform anybody that they were tested positive, because I'm walking around breathing your same air. I'm walking around touching the same stuff you're touching. I mean, with the gloves and masks, that's only but so much when we don't even know how it's transmitted still. So, I don't know. I'm being very wary. Now, once my partner found out that, they tested positive yesterday, I told him, finish up where he was and do not go back to that area for the rest of the night. Inform our boss, who's also part of the maintenance team, so that they can disinfect whatever they need to. Because I don't know, even as a cleaning service, I don't know if they've cleaned up behind themselves that thoroughly. Because I'm not watching them like that. And to have basically the cleaning service be the one that is the one spreading the virus makes you kind of wary, because you're trusting the cleaning service to be the most hygienic people, because you have the cleaning equipment, you're using the stuff, and yet you're the one who came down with the virus. So I'm gonna be extra cautious today. So if y'all don't hear from me or don't see me, now you know. But that's all I got. Y'all stay safe. Be careful. Keep your ears and eyes open for anything coming down the pipe from the Cowboys. I know I will be. And take care of yourselves. Happy hump day. Talk to y'all later. Be a Dallas Cowboy fan. Out.